I need to take my hair out. Anyway, I'm in a turtleneck so you guys can take me serious because, you know, I'm 25 now. Retinol gang! Anyway, hi guys, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. We're back and we're better with Gucci and whatever. Happy New Year. If you're watching this, I have now been alive for 25 years. But anyway, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a great start to the new year. I'm not going to give you financial advice. I'm actually wearing the turtleneck because I have an appointment at the embassy and I thought this gave very much. Good afternoon, take me serious, hello. So I see like the first week of the year as very much like a free trial. Do I want to participate? So it's kind of like the new year starts once it's my birthday and everything before that was just like testing the waters if we want to like commit to this or just like, you know, cancel our membership. But we're not cancelling. We're here, praise him. I just thought like, why not start the year off with this video and basically share like a few of like my favorite things that I've kind of learned in my few years of living. I say few, but like I'm now in the over 25 category if I went on X Factor. If I was singing, I would be singing with like 45-year-olds because apparently those are my age mates. Just yesterday I was a child. But anyway, so here are a few of my favorite life lessons that I've learned in 25 years of living. I thought like 25 lessons I've learned at 25. Life ain't taught me that much. Sorry. Well, I'll start off here. It's quite simple. There's a lesson in everything. I try to kind of like leave, I don't know, interactions with people, situations, like challenges or whatever. I just ask myself, okay, what did we learn here? If I don't make a conscious thing where I kind of like ask myself that question, okay, what was learned here? People think I'm joking when I say I really do like kind of like float through life with this being as empty as possible. Doing that just allows me to kind of like think, okay, cool, that wasn't great. What did I learn here? Oh, how to deal with it better. Today was a fun day. What did I learn today? Oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. And I learn about myself, I learn about people, I learn about things, I learn about society. We learned a lot in 2023. Like, damn, the sun is coming out. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not going to be depressed today. Number two, which I think is so crucial. So I call it like the politics of resentment. I read something, I hope I can find it and link it. If you were like a chronic people pleaser as like a child or like growing up, you kind of realize that it was more so at the cost of your relationships long term. Let me explain. Little Ehis would always kind of just say yes to things like, oh, Ehis, can you sing in church this Sunday? Oh, yes, I don't want to piss anyone off. Oh, Ehis, can you help me with this? Oh, yes, I don't want to like upset you and stuff. But it would very much be at the cost of myself. And long term, I'll start kind of like not resenting the person per se, but I'll start getting pissed off and they don't know that and they didn't do anything wrong because they're very much entitled to ask. It's up to me to kind of just be like, no, like, oh, can you do this? No, I don't have the capacity for this right now. And they can kind of like move on and ask someone else. I was always like overextending myself and then kind of like growing sour and bitter because people didn't know I was being sour and bitter with them. So basically, I was frustrating myself whilst the people I was frustrated at didn't know they were frustrating me because I didn't communicate that. So who boo-boo the fool, huh? Ding! Yeah, so I've kind of like leaned more into just being like, no, I can't do this. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't feel like doing this. It's helped my relationships because now I'm not angry anymore because they just know that my no is a no and that's powerful. I will always down this hill. This is nothing new. I am a firm believer in telling people you love them. Not even like in a depressing way where it's like, oh, tell people you love them because you never know how long you might have them around for. But I just think it's such a nice practice to tell your friends, your family, your loved ones, your partner, whatever. Well, your partner, that should be second nature because, I don't know. If that's not the case, maybe your partner hates you. Just tell people you love them. Like, let people be aware of how you feel about them. This nonchalant, see people are downloading everywhere where it's just like, oh, I don't want to make them my first move. I don't want people to know that. So miss me with that. If I like you, you're gonna know I like you. If you're my friend, I will tell you I love you because why not let you know that? I just think it's like really wicked. My friends just know how I feel about them. Like I don't need to say it. You don't know that? Because someone like me, if you don't tell me, I won't know. Like, you might do things that will be like, oh yeah, this is really nice. But like, I would like to hear once in a while that like, you know, this is how you feel. Tell your friends you love them more, especially brothers. Let's tell our brothers we love each other. That was Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Ehis Lizobi. Come on now. Hallelujah, somebody. So I dipped and I quickly undipped my toe into like the dating pool last year. Never again, sorry. Find me in my room. One thing I think people could kind of like learn from again a little more. To be interesting, be interested. I don't know how else to phrase it. I was really like, when I was making my notes, because you know, I prepare. I was just like trying to find another way to like communicate it, but I think that's the only way I can put it. A lot of times when we're trying to like get to know like new people, a lot of people fall into the habit of just kind of like talking about themselves. And I get the whole point is to like, you know, like, oh yeah, this is me, like, you know, me. Also be interested, like, you know, don't kind of like spend 2 hours of a day just talking about yourself because like, it's a bit awkward, like, you know, no, because now I'm going home like, I guess you know my name. Everyone should take that. And I think it doesn't just apply in dating. I think in general, like life, when you're meeting people, again, to be interesting, be interested. Like ask people about themselves. What makes them tick? What makes them curious? What makes them smile? Bring out a pen, bring out paper, and I hope you're listening. Rock bottom has a basement. You thought you were low? You can go lower. It sounds weird, but that's how I kind of like, not trick my mind per se, but convince myself that this ain't that bad. So anytime I'm just like, oh my God, this is like my lowest of low, I really just tell myself, no. Rock bottom has a basement. Like I'm tired at work, but I could be out of a job. No, I can't be bothered going to the gym today. Like, oh, my body is tired. Rock bottom has a basement. I could be injured. So it's always reminding myself that life can get worse. So cherish the worst you're in now. This is to all my like online friends, and this really pisses me off with a lot of y'all. I'm not dragging anybody. This is out of love. Apparently this is what they do now. I'm 25, so I don't know what the young kids are doing. Like, you know, I don't know what the kids are up to these days. Share your progress and not just your goals. I think a lot of times, like, it's just like, oh, I did this. Especially like, you know, with the end of year posts where people are like reviewing their year. And like, not per se you owe anyone all that stuff, but I think it would just be really nice for people who take inspiration from you or look up to you in some capacity to see that this is how we got here. Like, these were the hurdles, these were the stumbling blocks, and like, these are things that accelerated my journey. These are people that helped me, like, you know, that kind of stuff. Because a lot of times it's just like, oh, I bought a house. Tell people what were the steps, like, you know, how did we get to that? And I think that just adds so much more beauty to your story and your journey. But hey, what do I know? This kept me very, very sane, especially online. I've really been trying to deconstruct my, I'm such a nerd. I've really tried. The thing is, deconstruct is the right word to use because I want to say alter, but that doesn't work. I've been trying to deconstruct my relationship with Twitter, X, whatever you lot call it. I don't like that I am violently forced to listen to people's opinions that in real life I just wouldn't come into contact with. So I saw a tweet that was basically saying how like in school you have like different sets. If you were in set 1 with like academically bright kids, if you want to call it that, and then at lunch you'd like, you know, be with the kids that were just like not that bright. So I feel like on Twitter, a lot of times it's just like the lunchtime playground. I just had to like get to a point where I understood that some grown adults will just keep living life like they're in secondary school. Up there, it kind of like, you know, ding dong, nobody is home. I used to, for those that know me, like my earlier Twitter days, I've kind of like chilled now. I used to like really want to give my opinions on things. So it's like, oh my God, no, how dare you think like this? Oh no, do you not see your misogyny? Oh, do you not see how this is problematic? But now I'm just like, hey, no. One, I don't have the energy. I'm 25 now. Having to always be exposed to how dumb people think is really draining. What's my takeaway here? I don't know. Check your relationship with your online spaces. Also, use your group chats more often. And I just think exposing stuff to the internet just... Sometimes write down what you want to tweet, then burn it. Like, write it on paper, take it, and then put it in the bin. So I try to read this book like every year at least once. Well, I've read it this year and I can't find it. Oh, yeah. It's Audre Lorde's The Master's Tool Will Never Dismantle the Master's House. Really good book. The last essay basically talks about like, you know, identity politics and the intersection of that and blackness. Very, yeah. It basically says define yourself for yourself, or you will kind of be forced to live under the expectations that people have for you. That's powerful. Like, Audrey be spitting, sorry. Like, that's a thinker. Like, ding dong, someone was home. I think there's such a beautiful power to vulnerability, and I think there's also courage to it. Well, I've been trying my best to be as vulnerable in my relationships. And, oh my God! I haven't put on my watch today. These rings won't close themselves. I love being a Ben 10 user. I think vulnerability is so courageous. I think when you can really get to a space in your friendships where you can like authentically be yourself. I enjoy crying with my friends. I will shed a tear, especially in like your male friendships in particular. Like, not going into like the whole men's mental health thing, but I think men don't friendship right. But when you get it right, it's beautiful. So I want our brothers to be a little more courageous. Let that be your 2024. Over like the last year and a half, I really came to the understanding that your parents are just people. And I know it sounds so kind of like simple, but in my head, I've always kind of like seen my parents as like these like superheroes that can do no wrong and stuff. Reimagining them as like actual human beings, meaning there are flaws there. They get to be upset, they get to be sad and stuff. And it's something that like I've been battling, because like I'm growing up now and I'm just like, oh, why would you do that? But then it's just like, but like you get to do that because I also mess up too. So like really coming to the understanding that your parents are just human beings that will also kind of like fuck up here and there. It's so crucial. It's really made me see them in a different light and like love them more when I'm like looking back at, hey, like I was the first child, you ain't had a kid before me. Who else was gonna be the experiment? Do you get my point? That's that on that. Love my parents though, like not too much on them. Don't try it. The next thing, again, I'm gonna be such a nerd, but I am a firm believer in that people need to just pick up books. As a society, as a community, we need to read more. It doesn't have to be fiction. I think the fiction police can be really annoying. Like, again, I'm anti-self-help as an industry and as a complex. You can learn from that, but then there's also other books. Like, I also love picking up like theory, but then also I love fiction, I love fantasy, I love historical fiction. I really think there's a power to books and how much they can change your life. There's such a power to books that it's not just this whole like intellect lens we're looking at it through. Like, I read because I'm so smart. For me, anyway, I love being able to just escape this world and just have my nose in the book and just be like, okay, cool. I don't have to think about anything else right now apart from what I'm reading. Unless I'm reading like theory when it's like, oh damn, the world really hates the blacks. Then it's like, oh, I'm sad. But that's an emotion. And I think the power books have to evoke such is crucial. So pick up a book. Again, my recommendations are not for everybody, which is why I'm not like quick to be like, oh my God, guys, read this. This changed my life. But I will say everyone should read The Girl with the Louding Voice by Avi Dare. I will die defending that book. Sorry. Like, bury me with a copy on my chest. I don't mind doing laundry, but once those clothes are washed, she's putting them away. They're there right now. How you doing? That's it for today's video. I'm ending it here. Just because I actually have to leave. Woo! Bang on, I was gonna leave in 6 minutes. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, and if you didn't, that's really sad. And that sucks on you, because I think I said some valuable stuff there. See you in the next video. I've got like an exciting series coming. Yeah. But I won't talk too much. So, see you in next week's video. Stay blessed, don't stress, never vex. Again, Happy New Year. Also, moving forward, chat to me nice. I'm 25. See you next week's video, and God bless you.